All right. So, give it a second for everything to kind of get going here. But I think we're set. Finally. Jeezy Louisey. So, where we left off, there was still some things. And I got in here and I was like messing around with stuff, and honestly, I have no idea. Like, I feel like part of this I must have dreamt or something, because like there's things that weren't done that I feel like had been done. But there's no get history missing, or like I don't know. Anyways, so what we have right now, let's bring the bot into view here. Can I just close this side panel somehow? There's a way to close the side panel, right? Right? There we go. I make it small enough. Okay. We have the DevStream bot. It is... we got the API key from the bot father, and then actually worth showing, because this is something that I no, there's an API key sitting like right there. Anyways, when you create a new bot, it gives you a link to your bot. You can click it, boom, it's open. As far as enabling this for like groups and chats and stuff like that, that's something we're gonna have to get into after this, because that's apparently a whole other bag that requires additional configuration and whatnot. So let's see here. Oh yeah, let's just who are you? Oh, I got some errors. Okay, so I set up a local database. The first time you run it, which is weird, but you have to do this whole checkpoint saver thing. Yeah, because public checkpoints does not exist. It probably didn't yet. So that's still public.checkpoints does not exist. Well, let's actually re-enable this one more time. Okay, let's see here. Oh, okay, no errors. So now we should be able to disable it. And now let's say can you tell me who you are? Processing. I am helpful Telegram assistant. Did that come from Gemini? I'm assuming it did. You know what I need to load up is Langsmith, because I use Langsmith to snoop on my... Sorry, I'm trying to put in this URL and it's just not letting me. So, gosh, that's not what I wanted at all. I don't want... No, I don't want that. Sorry. I do want this. Okay. I'm just logging into Linksmith to make sure there's nothing... Again, API key, etc., etc. Okay. So... Oh, that's interesting. And that's from this? Or no, because I don't have... I don't have it connected yet. Because those are more environment variables. Let me grab my Langsmith config setup. And of course I got to, oh man. Of course I have other things open here. Oh yeah, here we go. We're gonna just, you guys are gonna disappear the screen for a second because I probably already leaked something I didn't want to, but here we go. And then I'm gonna close this. Wire environment, you know what, that is an application that, oh, that's not what I want at all, sorry. That is what I want, that is not. Okay, so, and this is going to be that. I'm almost there, sorry. I just put it in the like example file and not the actual .env. There, I put it in the actual .env, and this is fine. Now I'll bring you guys back into things. So here we go. I added Langsmith tracing. I'm gonna have to restart things, and then hopefully this time we'll be able to see, let's see here. So let's bring back the bot. Where was that? Okay, that wasn't what I wanted. This is what I want. Yeah. Let's try again. What is the airspeed velocity of a laden swallow? Good answer. All right, now hopefully runs. I'm just checking over here, and then I can bring it over. Excellent. Sorry, I really got to get, I don't know why, but I've been having issues getting Langsmith to put things in the correct projects. So a lot of stuff's going into default when it really should be in a specific place, and I think that there's some other configuration thing that I need to do, but I followed their instructions and they're not working. So but here we can see we got the context. Here's our agent, and this is the agent going in. So we have this context that we created. Now I think this sort of the chat ID and user ID probably can nuke, but basically like I was using those for like downstream configuration stuff like memory management and things like that. So potentially useful. No, not, well, yeah. Most of the time when we're doing things like memory management and stuff like that, you want to have it to be much more deterministic and not just something that's like in the context. So I had this in there for that reason, but then ended up going to a much more deterministic approach. So we can see the prompt. Here we go. And then it goes off to the AI. Here are the tools that it has access to. Here's the system message. We are keeping it under 4,000 characters because otherwise Telegram has complaints. I added it formatting the replies in plain text. There's ways to enable markdown, but there's a lot of caveats to that, and it is complicated, and I never quite got it working to the level of consistency that I would be comfortable releasing. So I didn't. So we're doing plain text, but just so you know, it's something that's possible. You can format. There's like some sort of HTML formatting too, which I think would probably be our best bet, but most of it comes down to making sure that you keep the message under 4,000 characters. Otherwise, you have to split it up, and the splitting of things is where it gets super complicated because there's like begin symbols and end symbols, and if they're not matching up, then it gets all, it throws errors. But anyways, so here we go. We've got this. It's pretty cool. I'm actually going to go ahead and commit this real quick because I fixed a couple things. And with Langsmith. What did I do in the check pointer? Okay, clean up check pointer and bars. So like, yeah, the earlier version of the check pointer, because this is actually from the LangChain, it's their Postgres saver, but the earlier version of it was supposed to be able to use a connection string, but it did not work. It did work, however, when you passed the parameters in individually. And that actually, sorry, I don't even think that was, I can't remember. Yeah, no, it was the check pointer, which is weird because like this is a Postgres pool, and like that would connect either way, but then when it got ingested into the saver for some reason, it threw errors. So anyhow, and here, yeah, we just updated. So we're using the load env, which is using the T3 open source env core, and just love the way that this enables our, validation. The app will not even start unless these things are correctly present. So you're not like, having an application starting up and then it's missing necessary requirements and suddenly you're debugging stuff when it was just missing envar. Like, whoa, this worked yesterday. Why is it not working today? Anyways, okay. That is on my GitHub. Curiously Corey. And I've got that right here. If anybody wants to mess around with it, you're welcome to give it a shot. It is in a working state right now. I mean, you see what it's doing, but of course it is still a little bit on the complicated side to configure and set up. So that's one of the things that I want to do. But I also thought something just fell down and I don't know what it was. Which, okay. Oh, I see what it is. So I have like cable management going on underneath my desk, and some of them are held on with like adhesive pads, and they lasted honestly a good long time, but I used it on like some power bricks, and I think that the heating and cooling eventually they gave up. So I'll replace those with some screwed in anchors. All right, back to what we're doing here. I want to check out some like MCP magic. So let's, if I can remember, should have pulled this one up earlier. There are some good MCP resources. Yeah, Magic Smithery. Okay. Or not magic. I mean, there is magic. So, like, let's look at this stuff. This is cool, but, like, you have to have an API key. Like, and that's kind of how a lot of these things go, right? So, how can I... Does this require an API key? It does. Yeah, searches and stuff are cool. Memory management, those would be cool too. I just want something like simple that we can kind of just validate works. Weather. That we wouldn't be able to do without it. Let's see. Do I need an API key for this though? Oh, I don't. Cool. All right. Well, let's look at the other thing we need to know is the LangChain MCP because this is actually link chain. Okay. Quick start. Yep, got all that stuff. All right. Okay, we'll go ahead and get this installed. Oh wait, no, we don't want pip. Oh, we want the JavaScript version. I did look, they had them. JavaScript MCP adapter. There we go. All right, here we go. Okay, and then they have something for like server-side event connections. Huh. Well, okay, so it's not pip. It is not npm. It's pnpm. Here we go. Oh, I have that major update. Or not. Yeah, it is major update. Also, I was having an issue with cursor. Oh man, I wish I would have. The error was caused by the kind of weirdest thing, but basically comments over here caused an error in the way that cursor is parsing the environments, whereas comments up here were fine. But not only did this break the comment over here break just what it was doing at the moment, but it would break it like completely to where it was not self-healing, and every single time I would reload the terminal for any reason, whether closing and opening cursor or closing and opening the terminal, it would reload these old like environment variables and just destroy my my terminal. Like, anyways, I ran into the reason I'm thinking about that now is that when I did the major update on my other computer when I was having this issue, I could not get it to recognize the new version of PNPM just at all. It's just like, no, like I can't find 9.15 anymore. Where's 9.15? And like, yeah, that was a whole thing. Anyways, I do not need those in here. Those are not actually important. They are magic variables that are working behind the scenes. So, anyways, sorry. Back to, so we installed the dependency. I'm not ADHD at all. And which one is our window? Sorry. There it is. All right, quick start. Oh, wow, that went, okay. So, oh, this is, wait, the client? Ooh, that's interesting. But we haven't. Okay, I don't know if this is like installed with it. Or wait, no. Yeah, this is not, this is the server. Okay, right. We're gonna use this other thing as the server, and this is the client. The interesting thing then is connect, and the transport is studio. Okay. I really would rather see they can connect to your server-side events or standard and out. And so how are these ones connected? I mean, I don't think that key is like a my key thing, so hopefully hopefully it's not like attached to my account up here or something. But hey, okay. Get alerts, get forecast. Okay. Yeah. Oh, here we go. We can probably use Smitheries potentially, or let's see here. So there's the client connecting, client connect, tools, list tools. So this is probably what the adapter does, right? The link chain adapter. I just wish they had like a, well, maybe they do. Smithery. No, that would be way too easy. That's okay. That's what we're gonna figure out, right? Direct connection methods. All right, so let's go and run. We're gonna need a new terminal here, and we'll run this. Oh, no, shoot, I didn't really, I didn't really want it to do that. I guess that's the problem with client cursor, right? So, okay. Oh, crud. So that is like my API key, and I'm gonna have to nuke it and get a new one, apparently. Again, what I was gonna say earlier is it'd be really cool if we could like have a, I'm sure somebody's probably done it, like some sort of automatic blurring for for like API keys and stuff. Like, oh, there's an API key. Anyways, so this is cool, but now I gotta figure out how this connects, because we have, so this is the transport. So if we look at this, oh, they have the do that. So we can do like the JSON configuration too. So then I could potentially grab sorry. Yeah. Okay. So I guess the thing is that I can't really tell off the top of my head, or not off the top of my head, I can't really tell, like, what would this be considered? Or should I just go back here and sorry, I'm gonna look off screen because I have a feeling it's about to expose something again. Okay, so there is a JSON, let's see here. So does that match up with this style command? Yes. Args, yes. Okay, so it has, okay, so we can grab, is my API key exposed here? No. Okay. Okay, yeah, okay. So, sorry, let me bring it back over because it's fine for now. We'll grab this and we'll try this method because this seems the most in line with the format that we have available to us. So I know there's going to be a lot of other ways to do this. Oh, so I can look at the transport there. No, I can't because it doesn't exist. Transport. This command. Yeah, anyways. Okay, so it's telling me, yeah, we can put this in like a, we'll put it in constants. Why not? New file, and we'll say weather mcp.json, and we'll paste this in here. Cool. I have a feeling I'm gonna need my API key, but we're gonna try without first because, like, it should. Well, because it's not telling me I need one. Now, my agent and the tools are here. So if I'm looking at the way that this works, we need the lane chain multi-server MCP client. And then we're gonna grab from config file. Wait. Oh yeah, so I need. Oh, I see. There's a default location at root mcp.json. I'm gonna go with the constants because I have that. I would love for that to be the right way to do it. Path from node. Go ahead and give this a restart. Oh, and yeah, there's my old key. So, and now. Oh, let's see here. We got to initialize the connection and get tools. Cool. But then what? Do the tools just go right into here? I guess they do. Oh, I need to, not cursor settings. I thought I did this. Format. Yeah, format on save. Maybe I don't have the formatter set up. Format. That's weird. It's prettier. All right. Now, I should be able to ask the bot, if I can find it. There she is. All right. What is the current weather in San Fran? No, let's do something because like San Francisco is something like people use in examples all the time. Let's say Denver, Colorado. Okay, we got some error here. Yeah. You know what? Let's not do that. We're going to keep it simple here. I think that... I'm not actually sure. I'm sorry. I'm trying to copy paste this message again. No. Okay, yeah. So, because I'm here, and so we're thinking it's back up at, what I need to do, I wonder if I can use my, no, I'm not going to be able to use my, okay, let's do, just to make sure that we're getting this working, we're going to do the whole default thing, and we're going to nuke this all together, and then we'll figure out how to do the pathing. Oh. Was there a different format for that when you didn't use a string? Sorry, I'm looking. Okay, so okay. Yeah, I wonder what the CW is on that. Like, is this root? So can I go from root to constants slash whatever? Because I think that their documentation is just out of. No, I don't want it there. Come on. I just want. Can I put it back? Okay. So let's try and assume it's from root. So we're gonna say dot, and we're gonna say constants. Whether MCP.json. I can't type today. Wow. All right. No. Yep. And we're gonna copy paste the message again, and we're still getting our message. Yeah, okay. How does this one? I just wish I understood what directory it thinks it's coming from. Like, how is it loading this? Is because it's not including. Like, what is the mechanism by which? Well, I guess we're gonna have to look. Good thing we have this open. So it's here from config file is what we're looking for. Let's go find the code. Here we go. Client from config file. Load from config file. Read file. Okay, so it's file. So it's fs config path. So the current working directory is going to be our. So it should be. Oh, sorry, slash constants, right? That might be it. Come on, let's. No. Yes, maybe. What do we have? Same thing. Oh, missing servers property. Okay, well we have a new error. That's always fun. What is this servers property we're looking for? It's literally looking for something called servers. Sorry, back to here, and let's go ahead and go back to. Oh, too far. Okay, so looking for the config stuff. Okay, servers. Yeah, so it's very close to what we were given, but not quite. So this is MCP servers, and we just want servers. And that is right, because now we can have multiple of these. Like we can do. Yeah, okay, so we can have multiple servers here. We could say weather, and then we can have another key that's another thing. So this actually seems like a pretty convenient way to configure a whole bunch of MCP items. And then let's go back to chat. I said to chat. Nope, that is not what I want to do. Ooh, no error yet. Creating website. I can get you weather forecast. You give me latitude and longitude for Denver, Colorado. Okay. I mean, hey, this is a proof of concept. This isn't like end user UX, but Denver, Colorado, lat long. I'm doing this on my other screen, so I don't have to move a whole bunch of stuff around. But let's say it is a latitude by longitude. Now I'm able to do that because of the checkpointing and everything we had before. So it has context. Oh, okay. And then let's go and look real quick. Weather. Come on. Denver, Colorado. Cool. So, what did we get? We got 76 with a low of 44. Oh my gosh. This is gross. Today. There we go. So 77, and theirs is a nighttime of 46. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, so let's add another one here. Need to go back and find. Oh gosh, I gotta work on my ums. Now that we kind of know what we're doing, let's go back to Smithery and look for something else. Let's enable sequential thinking. And then I'm gonna have to, oh yeah, so then I'm gonna have to reset my key again. You guys are welcome. To in, to out. Okay, copy. And then we'll add this right here. And I've got one. Nope, that is right. Format. This I'm having to redo all of these things because I had to completely clear everything to get that bug fixed. All right, so I just added sequential thinking. How do we test that though? Oh man, yeah, see, this is just too hard to test certain things. Not too hard. It's nice, and like if you integrate these MCPs directly with Cursor, I mean, I can show you. It is really easy to know. So MCP, add new global MCP. So yeah, and here's the, yeah, oh yeah, and there's my old API key, which is why not working anymore. And then I can add another one here. And I'll have to update all of these in just a moment, but at least at this point, there we go. So how can I prove out sequential thinking as a test? Well, let's just give it a shot here. How would you suggest configuring the system prompt for our agent in a way that is easy for end users to update? Not end users, let's say application administrators. So it should show me as one of these steps here that it's like using the MCP. Anyways, this is what I mean by like, how would I test sequential thinking? So I'm going to go and look at something else real quick. I do not really, I definitely don't want to try and do like a web search should be, oh, maybe DuckDuckGo. Yeah, let's try DuckDuckGo, because I don't have. Let's see here. So let's see what we did here. Okay, so Telegram system prompt description. Okay, so if we say this is fine, we have new agent prompts as util. Nice schema. Load prompts. It's gonna grab from there. That's fine. I would most of the time, unless it's like a huge file, I would just make it a TypeScript file and import it directly. And for here, so now we're agent prompt, system prompt, and we're grabbing the Telegram one, and it's all validated because of the structure, and then we're going to put that in there. Cool. Okay. Search. Sorry. Because I don't have any search tools in here right now. Yeah, correct. So let's go back to, and this is, now I see why they just had MCP and not like some named thing. Because yeah, this is just action. I want to rename that now. MCP, just boom. Because it is not just for weather. We're gonna go here and nuke that out. And it restarted the server. So if we go back here, how can we do something that's gonna search? And then I've got to reset my API keys. Let's see here. Oh, it's something that's like super new. Let's hear. What happened? Let's look at like MSN.com. They always have like, you know, breaking news. Yeah, it's notable news out of Mississippi today. Let's try that. Like, is there any notable news from Mississippi today? MISSISSIPPI. Sorry. Back to grade school suddenly. I mean, it connected to the weather and sequential thinking, and okay, so it's like running all of them. So that's interesting. Look at that. Isn't that exactly what we just saw? Yeah, income tax. Huh. That is super cool. I think we nailed this, guys. Like, this is pretty cool. So the bot now has an easy way to configure MCP tools. We also have our internal tools that we can do. So that if we want to write our own APIs, which you know, for the most part, obviously, like, gonna do that whenever possible. But then there's other situations like the DuckDuckGo thing, which just, I mean, that was just super easy. There is a LangChain adapter for DuckDuckGo, but there isn't a LangChain adapter for like every single one of these MCP servers. So like, we can just come in here and integrate any of these things, which is pretty amazing. I wonder how the playwright stuff works. Huh. All right. Well, I'm going to reset some API keys, and I have some other things to do. So I'm going to end the stream here because I think this is a great place to wrap it up for right now. But thanks everyone who dropped by, and